This is a podcast from the Business Times.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, July 7th, 2026. From the Business Times news desk, here are your headlines. What you need to know. Russia kills at least 22 people in a massive overnight strike on Kyiv. On the eve of the NATO summit in Ankara, where President Zelensky will plead for more Patriot interceptor missiles. Singapore and Indonesia pledge to keep the Strait of Malacca open and secure as Prime Minister Modi arrives in Jakarta today. Oil edges back toward pre-war levels as Hormuz traffic recovers and OPEC Plus raises output. In the region, Singapore and Indonesia elevated maritime security to the center of their bilateral relationship at yesterday's leaders' retreat in Jakarta, jointly pledging to keep the Strait of Malacca open, safe, and accessible to all. Prime Minister Lawrence Wong and President Prabowo Subianto made the commitment after talks that underscored both countries' view of the strait as critical to regional stability and economic growth. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives in Jakarta today for his first visit to Indonesia since 2023, meeting President Prabowo to finalize deals on defense, food security, and trade. Modi will also visit Yogyakarta before heading to Australia and New Zealand. Japan's real wages rose 1.4% in May from a year earlier, a fifth consecutive month of growth, though the pace slowed as consumer inflation reaccelerated. Average total cash earnings rose 3.2% to the equivalent of $1,918. In world news, Russia launched a massive strike on Kyiv overnight Singapore time, firing 68 missiles and 351 drones at the Ukrainian capital. At least 22 people were killed and 90 injured, according to President Zelensky's evening address. Residential buildings were hit across 4 districts. Critically, all 29 ballistic missiles fired struck their targets, exposing a severe shortage of Patriot interceptor missiles that Ukraine cannot replenish fast enough. Zelensky is heading to the NATO summit in Ankara today, where he will urge the U.S. and European partners to leave with, in his words, strong decisions in support of our air defense. The attack came just days after a previous Russian strike killed 31 people in Kyiv, the deadliest single strike on the capital this year. FIFA President Gianni Infantino defended soccer's disciplinary process yesterday, saying FIFA's judicial bodies operate independently and autonomously after mounting international criticism over the decision to lift U.S. striker Folarin Balogun's red card ban. Belgium beat the United States 4-1 in Seattle. Charles de Ketelaere scoring twice before Romelu Lukaku came off the bench to add a fourth, knocking the host nation out of their home World Cup in the round of 16. Belgium advanced to the quarterfinals in Singapore. Leader of the House Indrani Raja will deliver a ministerial statement on the conduct of Workers' Party leaders Sylvia Lim and Faisal Manap when Parliament sits today. The statement will be a determination on the findings from the Committee of Privileges relating to former Sengkang GRC MP Raisa Khan's lies to Parliament in 2021, according to the order paper published on July 6th. In companies and markets, stranded Japanese-owned supertankers loaded with Saudi crude are moving toward the Strait of Hormuz today, adding to the fleet of vessels that exited the Gulf yesterday, a further sign of gradual normalization in energy flows. Oil edged higher, but gains were limited as markets focused on rising supply. Brent crude was at $72.29 a barrel. West Texas Intermediate rose to $68.84, both near pre-war levels. The yen weakened further this morning, struggling on the weaker side of 162 per dollar, near its lowest level against sterling since 2007. Intervention watch remains elevated, and stocks we're watching include DFI Retail Group and Banyan Group. For updates throughout your day, visit bt.sg. And don't forget to check in with our wrap podcast, Market Focus Daily at 6 this evening for the day's market movements.
This is a podcast by the Business Times. Find more BT podcasts at businesstimes.com.sg/podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.